Hey guys, my name is Maria, and because I bleached my hair so many times, I had to learn how to pamper it properly. So this is what I've been doing for the past 4 months, and I hope it helps some of you guys. First up, I do want to mention that I did get my hair cut, and I would recommend, if you guys are bleaching your hair, save a little room for a little trim here and there, or if you can, just cut it as much as you can to a length that's okay for you guys, just because you want to get rid of all those dead ends. We don't need them anymore. And this is how short I got my hair cut. Now, I didn't cut my hair myself this time. I actually got it cut at the salon, and that's all she did. She just cut it nice, and then this was the length that I was okay with. So one thing I do want to mention right off the bat is hairbrushes, and I know you guys might be like, what, hairbrushes? Are you kidding me? But yes, these guys are important, at least for me. And I've noticed a difference because I used to use a regular hairbrush, and now since my hair is blonde and bleached, it is more sensitive and fragile, so I do take care of it by not pulling it out with my hairbrush. This one that I have is a boar bristle hairbrush, and basically it's all natural bristles, and basically hair on hair does not pull it as much as other little bristles. Hair on hair doesn't go that deep, as you can tell. It doesn't go all the way through. So it kind of just brushes the top part and makes it soft and shiny, and that's why I like this hairbrush. And whenever my hair is just a huge mess, I like to go in with this first, and then afterward I go in with this brush. And this brush, it looks like a typical hairbrush, but it's not, because the little bristles are super elasticy and they just kind of like bend really easily, and they really don't pull my hair that much, so if I go through it, it's really nice. So those brushes really made a huge difference. Next up is scrunchies. Scrunchies. Oh my goodness, silk scrunchies. Key being silk. They do not break your hair as much. They're very soft, and they don't leave that little bend in your hair afterwards, which is amazing. I feel like everyone uses these now, but in case you don't know, go buy yourself some scrunchies. Also, I sleep in this one. So this one is for sleeping, and this one's for working out. And the reason why I sleep in it is because, okay, first of all, I know some people say like, don't sleep with your hair up, but you know what? If I sleep with it down, I usually tend to like turn around at night, and I would just pull on my hair at night, so I would actually cause a lot of breakage overnight. And ever since I started using these, it really helped. And I just put my hair up in a high pony, and I make sure that it's a loose pony, so it's not pulling on my hair, just up there, so it's out of my face, and I can just relax all night without worrying that I'm pulling on my hair. I used to use coconut oil, and I still use this. I just don't use it every single time I wash my hair now. And I would just make sure it was evenly coated all the way from here to the ends. And I would put my hair in a ponytail, and I would also put a towel on my pillow just to make sure I wasn't getting my pillow dirty with oil. And I would sleep in it overnight, and then the next morning I would shampoo it out. And I used to do this when my hair was very dry, and oh boy, it really saved my hair. Honestly, in the other clips, in part like 2 or 3, where I just said I used something in my hair care routine, that was the coconut oil. So do not underestimate the power of coconut oil. If you haven't tried it, go ahead, buy yourself like a huge jar, because I mean, you're gonna be using it a lot. Like, it makes your hair so nice and shiny, you're gonna be addicted. The only thing is that it's a little bit of a hassle putting on the coconut oil overnight, so now I do it every now and then. But if you do have freshly bleached hair, I really recommend that for you guys. By the way, I am not a hairdresser, so please don't like come for me, because you know what, I just want to give you some advice, things I've learned along the way. Please just understand that this is from my research and these are my opinions, and I just want to share this information with you guys. So I'm going to start out with my first part of the hair care routine that usually was the coconut oil, but now my hair has gone way softer and nicer, and because of that I don't have to do that every single time. And I've been telling you guys in the last video that I have a secret ingredient that I've been using and loving lately, and that one is the Matrix Bond Ultimate number 3. And basically this is a sealing treatment, and it's supposed to protect your fiber and provides nourishment at home. And the first time I used this, I actually used this after I washed my hair, because I saw online that some girls did that. So I tried it out, and I honestly didn't see any difference. And then I'm like, you know what, let's just stick to the instructions. So I read the instructions, and you're supposed to apply it before shampoo on wet towel dried hair. And so I did that, and it works wonders. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to wet my hair with really warm water and then put this on. Alrighty, I just wet my hair with some warm water, and now I'm ready to put this on. And I kind of just like to squeeze a little bit out as I go, like this. And I'm just going to take like a little section I'm just gonna apply it from here, usually all the way to the ends, like to work my way in. I usually don't go to my root area just because that's the healthiest part and I don't really need that much of this there, I guess. I like to make sure the ends are always covered. And then whatever on my hand, I like to just kind of go towards my roots because I have some extra product. So I'm going to leave this on for about 30 minutes. It actually says to leave it on for 10, but I like to go for 30 just to make sure the product, you know, has enough time to do its job. And then I'll be back to wash it out. And I like to wash it out with the Hest Keratin Protein. And because this has so many good ingredients, I actually like to wash my hair and kind of leave it in for a minute or two. Now, another thing I learned online from a hairdresser was that your hair is like a sponge, and it does make sense. So basically your hair will absorb more ingredients and more products if your hair is dry as opposed to being wet. So when I wash my hair, before I apply the shampoo, I like to just kind of wring out my hair a little bit, just gently, and make sure it's not dripping wet, and then I'll apply the shampoo, you know, wash my hair out, rinse it out, wring out my hair again gently, like that, and then apply my mask. And I just feel like there is a little difference when you do that, so your hair kind of just, you know, pulls all those amazing ingredients in and just uses them more than not doing that. Now, the shampoo I've been using was the Hest Keratin Protein shampoo, and I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. This is just so amazing, and I'm just so happy that I found it, honestly. I wish someone else would have told me. I just found it in my local drugstore, and I was like, what is this? Keratin protein? I knew keratin was good for your hair, and then I looked at the ingredients, and I was like, oh my goodness, only good stuff. So I bought this, and I'm so happy with it. This is honestly amazing. Just, I mean, it's not like, wow, it's not a mask or anything, but you can tell that your hair is way more hydrated after using this. It's a sulfate-free, paraben-free, but not that. That's just like, okay, wow, it's healthy, you know? But the amazing part is the ingredients. Are you kidding me? Like, this has keratin amino acids, keratin, hydrolyzed collagen. And if you guys don't know, keratin does make up most of the protein in your hair. And basically your hair is made out of 3 layers, as you would call it: the cuticle, the cortex inside, and then the medulla. And in the cortex, there's keratin. It's basically the protein that makes up most of your hair, and so when you bleach your hair and ruin it, you kind of get rid of a lot of it. So by adding some more in a lot of hair products, it does help your hair get that strength back. Also, this does have coconut oil, sesame seed oil, and jojoba oil, which is amazing because your hair is also made out of lipids, and basically all this fat in your hair is being stripped out of your hair when you bleach it. So you also need a little bit of fat, and that's actually why I first thought of the coconut oil. And then beside that, it also has hydrolyzed corn protein and hydrolyzed soy protein, and protein does make up most of your hair. Not all of it, but a large quantity of it. So any protein you can add to your hair, that's amazing, and that's why I like this shampoo so much. And if you guys see polyquaternium in hair products, this one has polyquaternium 55 and 7. Basically, it's a film former, and what it does in hair products is reduces static electricity. So basically it takes out all your frizz, and it's a conditioning agent, so basically it softens your hair and makes it shiny. So whenever I see this in products, I am very happy. Oh, and by the way, I really don't have a favorite brand or anything. I don't really care what the packaging is. You don't buy a product for the packaging. I mean, you can, but it shouldn't be the case in hair products because the ingredients are key. They are what your hair recognizes, not the bottle. And don't just read what it says on the bottle, like the exterior. It might say like argan oil, and in the back, if you look, it might have argan oil, the last ingredient, which means it's the least amount. So basically it has everything else and then argan oil. No, you want the good ingredients to come first, meaning more of the good ingredients. A lot of products out there, you can just check the back to see if they're good or not. And then afterwards, I'm gonna go in with this mask by Syoss. And then this mask I will leave in for about 15 minutes. Just kind of relax and just let this work, and then I'll rinse it out. And I'll show you the next step. So what I like to do after I take a shower and my hair is wet is towel dry it with a really soft and comfortable t-shirt, just because that way I ensure that I don't damage my hair as much and I'm not being that harsh with it. Your hair is always more vulnerable when it's wet, so that's why you really want to make sure you're gentle with it. And even though you do squeeze out the hair, don't squeeze too hard. So what I like to do when my hair is not soaking wet anymore and it's just damp like this is to use this Syoss Salonplex serum, and it's a leave-in conditioner basically, and it really makes a difference. So I really recommend you try this out. And basically what I do, just like with the Matrix, is I just take out a little pump like this. Now, you don't want to go too crazy with this because it can make your hair feel like it has product in it. And it's not necessarily greasy, but you just feel product in, and I don't like that. And then just take a nice big chunk, and again, like with the Matrix, I kind of start over here, and I work my way down, and I kind of put the most amount of the product on the ends because the ends are the most fragile and they tend to break so easily. Another important aspect when washing your hair is to not brush it out right when it's wet, because your hair is so fragile when it's wet that it'll snap off and break if you kind of tug it with your hairbrush. So I like to make sure that my hair is 100% dry before I put any brush through it. If you can let it air dry like this, your hair will thank you so much. You have no idea. And it lets your hair just keep that hydration that it has right now. But if you don't have time, or you just don't like having your hair be wet, especially in the winter time, because if your hair is wet, you just feel like you're cold all the time, and I don't like that. So I like to blow dry it, and blow dry it on the lowest warm setting you can, and just do it with your hand. So basically, if you're gonna blow dry, just hold your hand like this and just pretend that your hair is a brush and just go like this while you're blow drying it, because like I said, you don't want to use a brush when you're blow drying your hair because it will just snap off on you. We want to prevent that, we want to keep our hair in our head. Another little tip that I have is to substitute any conditioner for a hair mask, just because the hair mask is more hydrating, and you really need the hydration if you have blonde hair. What I'm really interested in is certain ingredients in the mask, and one of those being bihydramonium chloride. This basically conditions, detangles, and strengthens your hair, and because it's plant-based, apparently it doesn't coat your hair, it just penetrates your hair and really strengthens from within, so that's a really good thing. Another ingredient you guys might have probably seen a lot of masks or treatments is amodimethicone. So basically, amodimethicone deposits in hair because of electrostatic attraction, and an amazing part of this ingredient is that it has selective conditioning, meaning the most damaged parts get the most amount of conditioning. And I know you might be like, what? But I actually read online that the highly damaged areas have a higher negative charge density, which enhances the affinity of the polymer to that specific area. Besides that, it also forms like this cross link on the hair and kind of seals in the hair shaft and keeps all the moisture inside there, and it also has low heat conductivity, so it can also protect the cortex while you're straightening or while you're blow drying your hair. And I know you might be like, how do you know this? Well, I actually just researched a little bit because I kept thinking like, what's the difference between all these masks that I'm buying and all these products? And the difference is the ingredients. And so I kind of just started researching every single ingredient and what it does, just so I know what to look for. And last but not least is the Keratin Heat Protectant. This one by Syoss, the same brand. I got it at the grocery store and it's amazing. I know salon brands are better, but you know what? It's okay. This does the job just fine, and I'm really happy with it. I've actually tried a couple heat protectants, and this one's my favorite. It's amazing. I actually went through like 3 bottles of this. It does control frizz like it says, and it has keratin in it. You probably have less keratin in your hair because you stripped it out with the bleach, and this just puts it right back into your head. And if you guys didn't know, keratin actually is sealed into your hair with heat. I know, heat, like what? Like every hairdresser's just like, oh no. But no, if you get a keratin treatment at your hairdresser, they put it in with heat. And actually research this, and yeah, they just basically take a hot iron and they just like crank the temperature way up, and then after they put the keratin, they seal it into your hair with the heat. And I've actually noticed a huge difference when using this. My hair is way shinier and softer. It's kind of like the makeup of hair, I guess, if you will. I know a lot of people might be like, oh my goodness, you're using heat on your hair and it's blonde. You know what? I just use it once a week. So yesterday I washed my hair, and you guys saw the clip where I just did my routine then. And today I just straightened it, and I put this on my hair and then straightened it, and it just feels nice and soft, and my hair actually sort of feels almost normal right now, so I'm pretty happy with it, and I'm happy that I was able to get here. I really take care of it as much as I can, so I do have to put in a little bit of work, but you know what, it's worth it because I love my blonde hair and I'm very happy with it. So yeah. By the way, you guys, I found some products online that have amazing ingredients and they're pretty affordable, so I'm really excited to try them out. Hopefully they will work some wonders on my hair because I was really impressed, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. But first, I really want to try them out, and see if they actually work before I recommend anything, so stay tuned. And if you guys have been here since part 1, thank you guys so much. You guys are the sweetest, and I can't wait to make more videos.